Hey guys, you're watching Gregorio Girls Makeup. If you're new, my name's Shauna and I run this channel with my sister Devin. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing an all affordable makeup tutorial for you on this look, of course, and it features the new Beige Cosmetics Love in London palette. So if you would like to see how I got this look, just keep on watching. Alright, so getting started, I'm going to prime my eyes with my Colourpop No Filter Concealer. And I do have my eyebrows on already, as you can see, and I use the NYX Micro Brow Pencil for that. And then I'm going to set that with the Milani Make It Last Setting Powder. And the palette we're using today is the BH Cosmetics Love in London palette. So I'm actually going to start with the darkest shade that I want to use, which is the shade T right here. And I'm going to take that on just a flat eyeshadow brush and start pressing that all over my lid. Now I'm just going to take this right up to where my natural lid stops. And then taking a small blending brush, this is the Morphe M506, I'm going to start to just diffuse that color and blend it up just a little bit higher than where my natural crease stops. So I want to blend this up a little bit because I do want to fake a little bit more lid space. So I don't want to keep this dark blue shade how it is on this eye, where it really just covers, again, my natural lid. Because one, I want you to be able to see my lid shade when my eyes are open, and two, it's just going to make it seem like I have a little bit more lid space. When I just leave it like this, you can see, like, when I open my eyes, it just looks very closed and very heavy on my eyelid, and it just kind of makes my eyes look a little bit more saggy and droopy, and I don't want that, again, because I have smaller eyes anyway and they're very hooded. So I'm all about faking a little bit extra lid space. And this shimmer actually blends out pretty nicely. I'm pressing pretty lightly. I did do a review on this palette, and if you watch it, you know that I gave it a really good review. So these are really awesome shadows to be working with. So just know that you won't have to use too much effort when you are recreating this look, should you choose to do so. Now, I mentioned this in my review video, but these shadows do have a little bit of fallout, and since I am doing a dark look, that is why I'm doing my eyes first. Just keep that in mind. You know, if you want to use the dark blues and stuff in this palette, definitely I would recommend doing your eyes first and then your base. So next, with my Morphe R37 brush, I'm going to dip into Cheers right here, so just like a nice nude shade. And I'm going to place my brush halfway on the edge of that blue shade and then half off. And I am just going to blend this out a little bit more. And really, this is just something so that the blue has something to kind of fade into. And then I'm just taking a clean brush. This is actually another Morphe R37 brush. And I'm just going to kind of go right between those two shades just to make sure everything's nice and blended. But moving on, we are going to flip to our skin really quick. So I'm going to go in with the Milani Prime Perfection Primer. This is their hydrating one, which I probably shouldn't be using because I do have an oily T-zone, but I think this is the only drugstore primer Devin and I currently have. I'm just going to pop this all over my face. For foundation, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation, and I'm in the shade 430. So Dev just actually bought this foundation, and I've been giving it a try, and I actually really, really like it. So if you've tried it, definitely let us know your thoughts. But for me, I feel like it's just a nice satiny finish, and I feel like that's what I tend to look for. So I feel like this foundation is definitely that, and I really like it so far. So next, for concealer, I'm going to use the Colourpop No Filter Concealer again, and I'm in the shade Light 18. Alright, so my camera just died, so sorry about that. But I am just finishing up putting on my concealer. So next, to bring some color back into my face, I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild Oaks on You contour stick. And I'm just doing a little bit at a time because these are pretty pigmented, so when I blend them out, I don't want them to go all over my face. And then I'm just taking a little bit on this angled brush right here. This is the Luxie 131 mini angled brush. And I'm just going to tap a little bit on it and lightly contour the sides of my nose. Alright, so now to set all of these cream products in place, I'm going to go back in with that Milani translucent powder and set my whole face. Alright, and then we'll just press it right into our face and lock everybody in. Alright, so next before I put on my highlighter, I just want to spray my face really quick. So this is the Makeup Revolution Pro Fix Fixing Spray. Just a little bit of this. So this is a really nice mist, but it smells like paint, so that kind of sucks. But as far as, you know, the spritz goes, it's very lovely. So before that dries, I want to dip into the Blushing in Bali palette. I'm going to dip into these two highlighters right here. I'm going to take that on my Morphe M510 brush. And since this is an affordable tutorial, a lot of the tools that I have used so far, I believe, are affordable as well. I've used a lot of Morphe brushes, a Real Technique sponge, and an Eco Tools sponge. Alright, so then I just want to hit the high points of my cheeks, forehead, a little bit down the center of my nose, and then hit that Cupid's bow. Then I like to press it in with a damp beauty sponge because it just makes me feel better. It makes me feel like it melts it into my skin a little bit more, but you probably can't tell the difference. Alright, so since this is more of a cool toned eye look, I'm not going to use any of the blushes in this palette because they're a little bit too bright for what I want. I think I want something a little bit more obviously cool and a little bit more of a muted natural tone. So for blush, I'm going to use the Milani Rose Powder Blush in the shade Romantic Rose. And I'm just going to take that on my BH number 4 brush. I believe this is in their Royal Affairs brush line. So just popping a little bit on my cheeks. Okay, so jumping back to eyes. Let's go back in with Cheers. Ooh, it would be help if I put the shades in the camera frame now, wouldn't it? Alright, so what I was trying to say was let's go back in with Cheers. I'm going to take that on my Morphe E18 brush and just start smoking that all down my lash line. This is a nice smoky look, so you can take it pretty far. I always like to cover up my under eye wrinkles. But next I'm going to go in with Tea, and I'm going to take that on an Anastasia Beverly Hills brush and just smoke a little bit of that a little bit closer to my actual bottom lashes. And then just on my finger, I'm going to take a little bit of Cheeky and just kind of get my nubby little finger in my inner corner just to brighten us up a little bit. So to prep for false lashes, I'm going to first pop on some mascara, and today I'm going to use the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot Mascara. So for lashes, I use the Koko lashes in the style Goddess. They are on their last leg, so we're trying to get a few more uses out of them. To finish off this look with lips, I'm going to use the Milani lipstick in the shade Bahama Beige. Alright, so I did feel like Bahama Beige was a little bit too warm for this look, especially obviously since it's so cool toned. So I did take a little bit of Colourpop's Lux Lipstick in the shade Boy. So I took it and put it in the center of my lips just so that I could lighten up the color a little bit and make it a little bit more cool toned. So that is it for this tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you would like to see more affordable tutorials, just let us know in the comment section down below. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that little notification bell. That's just going to notify you whenever Devin or I post so that you don't miss any of our videos. We do a lot of product reviews, makeup tutorials, favorites videos, recommendations, things like that. And as always, don't forget to follow us on Instagram. I'm at Shauna Greggs and Devin is at DevDevGreggs, and we will see you in our next video.